All right, man. The Los Angeles Clippers go down. People was talking about sweep, 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 and I was like, no, 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 no. But also the Raptors came back and evened up the series with the Boston Celtics. Let's talk about that. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video, and we start off with Boston and Toronto since they went first. Kyle Lowry been coming up big. Before Kawhi Leonard got there, him and DeMar DeRozan was known for failing. You know, just couldn't get over the hump. And now Kyle Lowry got over that mental hump or that mental block. You know, earlier this series they was bothering him. They was putting bigger defenders on him, and he's found a way to switch on to Kemba Walker and to get buckets. And right now he was a difference. Now Ibaka hit like four threes yesterday. He looked pretty good, but he one of those dudes that's one of those beta male big mans, man. He want to shoot threes and shit instead. He never learned to post up. It just don't make no sense. I had a guy in the comment section tell me, well, Cat shot 40% from three. All right, you shot 40% from three. The ones you don't miss, you can't get the rebounds, right? And also, if you set your ass in the paint, he'll probably shoot 60% from the paint. Plus, he'll get N1s to get the other, center in foul trouble. But Ibaka is just a glorified stretch small forward. He's like a stretch four that really ain't even that consistent from three. But Marc Gasol is just looking old out there. And Spicy P came alive last night. That's Pascal Siakam. He got some things to fall, hit some shots, and he letting Jaylen Brown just bother him. He bigger than, at least he taller and longer than Jaylen Brown. So I don't understand that, but Jaylen Brown a good defender. And Pascal Siakam got to learn to post up too. That big body frame, and he need to post up. And I see a lot of big guys. Last night I noticed with Jokic, like he posting up, and all he know how to do is go over the right shoulder through the lane. He don't know how to dribble, drop step over his right shoulder and shoot over the left, or he don't know how to drop step and go baseline and score. I've noticed that from a lot of big guys. A lot of the big guys, all they know how to do is drop step, or they know how to spin and go to the lane. They don't know how to go baseline and hit the fadeaway, or drop stop that baseline and scoop shot. Or they don't know how to turn over their right shoulder and score with the baby left hook. And that's why some of these dudes ain't dominant in the paint. But where Boston this weekend is in the middle, and Toronto just can't expose that because they big men just as sorry. Ibaka playing like a small forward. Paul Gasol, he can't even move. He look old out there. So it's really a wash. So what it come down to for Toronto and Boston, it comes down to, can Kyle Lowry outplay Kemba Walker, which Kemba Walker ain't been 100% in a while. Can Pascal Siakam outplay Tatum and Brown? And can they get some Fred VanVleet to outplay Smart and the opposite, Tatum and Brown? And, the benches, that's what it come down to. Gordon Hayward got injured. Could he have help? Yeah, he could have had help. But also, I think he was hurting them. Now, Brown and Tatum get to go out there and be the man. That's the difference. Now, Brown and Tatum get to go out there and they can hoop. They ain't got to worry about fitting Gordon Hayward in. That's another dude that's taking shots away from their rhythm. But, Tatum, somebody in my comment section, are you ready to admit Tatum's the best player in the East? Absolutely not. He ain't consistent. Not yet. Yesterday he came alive at the end of the game and he made some buckets, but to be the best player in the East, like LeBron was for many, many years, you got to be that guy 24/7. He ain't been that guy 24/7. You know what I'm saying? And you look at him in this series, give me a minute. You look at him in this series. Give me a minute. You look at him in this series, and he just ain't been consistent. Like, he a good ball player. Like, I don't know what's missing. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't like they got Gordon Hayward there to take away no shots, but he scored about 20 points yesterday. 24 points for 43 minutes, but they need more from him. Jaylen Brown shot the ball bad and came alive at the end, but they need more from him. He had 10 rebounds, 3 assists, but it's just like it's another level, to it. It's just another level. And I think him and Siakam is at the same level. And I think whoever busts through will be the best player in the East because you can't count on Joel because he can't stay healthy. You know what I'm saying? And other than that, Giannis is, still 2-time MVP. You can't take that away from him. So whoever break through will be up there with Giannis. But, now it's just going to be the, whoever win the next 2 games or 3 out of the next 2 games. And, how it's looking right now, Brad Stevenson got to make an adjustment because Nick Nurse made his adjustment, and so while he the coach of the year, and you got to give him credit because I thought Toronto was down and out. And what adjustment he got to make, man? They just got to get Tatum to be more aggressive. They got to get him off the ball. You know what I'm saying? You know, Tatum and Brown, you know, they just watching each other dribble the ball and Smart, you know, spotting up. But Kemba is probably going to be the key. Kemba and Tatum. You know what I'm saying? And Kemba could be more aggressive. Kemba should be killing Kyle Lowry. And I understand he's not 100%, but he should be killing them. You know what I'm saying? But also, Jason Tatum got to step it up. You know, offensively, he got to go out there and be dominant. He got to go out there and get 30 a game and shoot above 45%. Ain't nobody out there really can guard him one-on-one. You know, you switch on to Kyle Lowry or Fred VanVleet, they should clear out the side. And this is one of them times where I prefer isolation. They should clear out the side and let him work out on Fred VanVleet. They switch on Kyle Lowry, let him work out on Kyle Lowry. You know what I'm saying? He got to go into kill mode early. And Jaylen Brown got to, you know, assist him. But the two that really got to go in and be the stars is Kemba and Jason Tatum. Kemba got to go out there and dominate Lowry, dominate his matchup. And Tatum got to go out there and dominate. And for Toronto, to be honest, like, you know, Boston just got to focus on shutting down Pascal Siakam. That's it. Without Siakam, it ain't nothing else. They're not giving Norman Powell no minutes. Fred VanVleet struggling a little bit out there with his shot because he's shorter and there's some longer defenders out there. OG and Abaye, he nice. You know, I'm talking about they missed him last year. You know, but really, really the guy you got to shut down is Siakam. If Siakam don't go, they don't win. You know what I'm saying? That's just straight up and down. You shut down Siakam, that's it. But it's a series now. You know the NBA ain't going to let them have like 4 sweeps. People were thinking that the Lakers was going to sweep the Rockets. I thought they should have swept the Rockets. I don't know what LeBron and AD was doing. 2 tallest motherfuckers on the court getting outplayed by them sorry-ass Rockets. But people thought the Clippers and Nuggets was going to be a sweep. Miami and Milwaukee looking like a sweep. Giannis may or may not play today with an ankle injury. And then this was looking like a sweep. So the NBA had to have something to go 7. And this was the most likely series to go 7. And, you know, if Toronto really want to dominate this series, they got to find a way to make Ibaka dominate the paint and Marc Gasol dominate the paint. But, you know, if they can dominate the interior, because they really don't have nobody. Tice shouldn't be doing nothing, but Mark's so old, and Paul old too, though. Mark's so old, and Ibaka just never learned how to be a big man. Like, you know, and Ibaka can block some shots too. He can anchor the paint. He just don't want to do it, you know. So, you know, Toronto in the offseason got to find them a center. You know what I'm saying? So, because what they got ain't cutting it. And so do Boston. You know, the Williams guy, they need to put him in the weight room for Boston. And Tice ain't going to cut. Man, imagine you throw these dudes out there with Shaquille O'Neal or Hakeem Olajuwon and Patrick Ewing in their prime. Man, them motherfuckers they'd be calling them the GOAT. All right, but let's move on to the Clipper game. And I watched a lot of that game. I watched most of this game as well, too. The Clippers just came out and got bum rushed, to be honest. They just came out and got bum rushed. Murray came out hot. Jokic came out hot. They went up by like 20-some points. And like the Clippers just thought they was going to show up and be the Clippers and be able to turn that switch on. And for a team that haven't won a championship, you know, or even came close to competing for a championship, they just showed like to flip that switch on and off, them and the Lakers. You know, and, you know, with Patrick Beverley being out there, you would think they'd be turned up. But he ain't 100%. He got tossed last night. But Paul George scored 22 points, but Kawhi was the problem. People pointed out Kawhi only scored no points in the fourth quarter. Oh, y'all talk about LeBron James and not Kawhi Leonard. Well, Kawhi Leonard, he showed up in big moments. In the NBA Finals, he made his name stopping LeBron James. He made big shot after big shot when it mattered. Not those big shots versus the Washington Wizards and the Chicago Bulls, who the Cavaliers and Heat was supposed to beat. He made big shots, and everybody have an off day. But you know, you can't criticize somebody who's pretty much mastered crunch time. You know, LeBron is not mastered crunch time. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it boiled down to. Kawhi Leonard's hit way bigger shots in their entirety than LeBron. LeBron hitting shots over Washington and Chicago, and then when the finals come, when it's time to hit those shots, he the one that's dropping the donut versus the Mavericks and shit. Like, come on, man. The difference. Kawhi's mastered the championship. He's mastered crunch time. LeBron is never going to master it. Not when it matters the most. So That's why he don't get the criticism. Every now and again, Mike had a bad fourth quarter. Mike had a bad game. So did Wilt. So did Iverson. It happens. You know what I'm saying? And today I just think they came off flat, thinking that the Nuggets the narrative was going to be the Nuggets going to lay down and we going to sweep them. And the Nuggets told them, like, we was tired game one. Now we got some energy this game. We came out and showed you. And what's so sad about it is that Jokic and Murray scored the majority of their points in the first half. You know? Nobody talking about how they only scored like 4 or 5 or 6 points in the second half. You know how they glorify when you lose, and rightfully so. They glorify Kawhi not doing what he's supposed to do. But yesterday it was just that they had the momentum. Gary Harris hit 2 important shots down the stretch, and then when he hit those 2 important shots, 3-pointers, that was all she wrote. And that's what Jokic got to do. But my thing was, when the Clippers turned it on, you know, then the Rockets, they just couldn't. They 2 stars couldn't do what they did in the first half, Jokic and Murray. So they gotta fix that. Jokic gotta be dominant. There's no reason that a pheasant like Zubac should be dominating or stop you from dominating. Jokic should dominate that matchup 24/7, not just shooting threes. You know, and I notice he can't go over his right shoulder. You know what I'm saying, when he posting up. So come on. You know, he should dominate Zubac. He should dominate Montrezl Harrell. You know, easily. You know, and Jamal Murray, you know, you had a hurt Patrick Beverly out there, and they're going to switch Paul George and Kawhi Leonard on you. And I know it's hard, but, you know, you got to go into kill mode. But, you know, I picked the Clippers in 6. You know, and I think Denver can get another. I think they can get 2 wins. I think they get another one. But the Clippers and Lakers just got some, they got some qualities that I don't like. That, you know, no team that hasn't won a championship got. And they want to flip that switch on and off when they want to flip it off. And ain't none of them motherfuckers won a championship but Kawhi and Doc Rivers. They need to keep that switch on. Same thing for the Lakers. They ain't won no championship collectively. That switch need to stay on. Only ones that won championship was with Rondo, Danny Green, and LeBron James. That switch need to stay on. You know, and these dudes playing lackadaisical, and you know they playing like they shaving points. You know, the Clippers just turned up all yesterday. Maybe they was tired, but you know, I expect them to come out with a lot more energy in Game 3. So you know, we see the Rockets and Lakers tonight. Also, could be Giannis getting swept. I guess he's gonna be one of the first MVPs that I can remember that get his MVP at home and get swept. So, you know, I thought they got an MVP award out in the first round. You know, or first round I thought it was, but you know, Giannis might not receive it until he get back to Milwaukee. So in my projects, they all still banging Cuckoo Cal in Milwaukee. That was my song, But I appreciate y'all. Check out our NBA Talk playlist. Don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. Keep sharing the videos. Want to make a donation to the channel? Cash App CJ Good 313. Shout out to my brother Ed and Gary Benson for donating yesterday. Other than that, man, best way to donate, share the video, comment, check out the NBA Talk playlist for more videos like this. Don't forget, check out my other channel, Motor City Sports Talk as well, right here on YouTube. One time for the one time we done.